Okay. Hello, everyone. It's Monday. Started to another week. Start to another week. What's up, everybody? 12 years ago today. 12 years ago today, the Dallas Mavericks win their first and, up until this point, only NBA championship. A magical moment. I still remember exactly where I was. I remember I couldn't go to the championship parade because I failed geometry that year and had to be in summer school. I was very saddened by that. I tried my hardest to skip. You can't really skip summer school because there's only like 3 weeks. So skipping one whole summer school day is the equivalent of skipping like a week. But man, shave that pubic facial hair, bro. Dude, we're 3 minutes into the first fucking stream of the week. I remember being in a junior in high school in Irving, Texas, and kids in my school were pulling for the Heat because how are they going to stop LeBron? I left a Hassan video for you. Where? I don't see it. What up, Ronald? Welcome to the live. Today, we're going to talk about the finals. Very possible it ends tonight. I'm not ready to like completely count out the Heat, but I would be shocked. I would be absolutely shocked if this series doesn't end tonight. Tyler Herro is supposedly back. I don't know how much of a difference he's going to make. I don't know. This could be the classic, oh, yeah, just tell him Tyler Herro is going to play tonight. Give the Nuggets something to think about. He plays like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But I don't know. I was watching Hassan video and left it for you, buddy. Oh, smart. Smart man. Wait, what? What is this graphic? What is the point of this Photoshop? Tyler Herro in the foreground or background clapping himself. I don't get it. They probably thought they ate there. On the shooting hand, man, I don't know. I don't know how much of an impact he's actually going to have. But honestly, I do feel like Max Strus has been such a fucking catastrophe in this series that, like, you know, how much worse can it actually be? They need the offense a little bit. I think these finals have been pretty fun, but yeah, I mean, it's a you know, the Nuggets are just better, man. They're just the better team. They're the best team in the league. And it was right in front of our face the whole season. But it was just tempting to not pick them. Although I have picked the Nuggets to win every single series they've been in, but before the postseason started, I had them losing in the second round. As a Celtics fan, it's been a pleasure watching Max Strus' performance in the finals. Yeah, it was gonna run out at some point. You know, that like their absurd shooting was going to reach its end at some point. It wasn't gonna go on forever. Giannis injury, Rob Bucks Nuggets finals. It'll be a what if injury. But God, the way that the Bucks got punched in the mouth and just looked so lost. I don't know, honestly. Like I know Giannis was injured, man, but God, they were just so depressing. Yeah, Nuggets are just the best team in the league. Like, they just are. If they win tonight, I mean, they will have only lost 4 games this postseason, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, Caleb Martin's been pretty bad too. I mean, it was gonna happen, right? It was gonna happen. LeBron James said he never wanted to participate in the slam dunk contest. What is this? I don't think it was something I wanted to accomplish in my career. It's not a goal of mine, and it never was coming into the NBA to be part of a dunk contest. You know, making the NBA All-Star team was being the league MVP, winning Defensive Player of the Year, which he should have. Winning NBA championships, those were goals of mine. The NBA dunk contest was never a goal of mine. Scoop B actually be getting the scoops. Hold on a second. We were saying Scoop B has no scoops, but maybe we were wrong. I can't be the only one who really doesn't actually care about LeBron. LeBron not ever doing the dunk contest, right? I mean, I don't actually care. It would have been fun. It would have been cool. But I also just don't. It doesn't change my life. Like, my life is exactly the same. I feel like it would have been had LeBron participated in the dunk contest. Does that make sense? But I don't know. Maybe there's a butterfly effect. Maybe it's a canon event. By the way, I watched Spider-Verse this past weekend. Yesterday, actually. Damn, man. Great movie. Great movie. Is it cool to talk about spoilers? I mean, it's a week old at this point. I'd give it a 9. 9 out of 10 is where I was leaning as well. With the possibility of becoming a 10 out of 10 when the final movie comes out. Because the ending was very... I remember right before the movie ended, I look at my phone and I'm like, holy shit, is this about to be a fucking 5-hour movie? And then they do leave you on a pretty disgusting cliffhanger. Like a crazy cliffhanger. Also, admittedly, as a salty Celtics fan, I need the same energy kept for Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy, like, I thought for sure. So here's the schedule a little bit for the channel. I know I said Saturday I was going to do 5 players I don't want the Mavericks to trade for. That was a lie. I forgot I had plans. So hopefully tomorrow we'll do that. The first stream after the finals end, so that it could be Wednesday. We're updating the top 100 player list. I've already been doing it. Been doing it. Jarris Walker or Casey Wallace? Easily Jarris Walker. I've already been doing it for the Mavericks, at least. Or I would just say Jarris Walker in general. But I've already been updating it, and now we'll unleash it to the world. And then it's all off-season content from there. The draft is what, like 10 days away? And then pretty much right after the draft, free agency is a little over a week after the draft. So it's going to come quick, man. Our 2023 draftees part of this list? No, not this one. That'll be the preseason one. This is postseason. I'm having a hard time with it because I'm trying not to be too prisoner of the moment. Trying not to be too prisoner of the moment with postseason stuff, but it's the most important time of the year, and I really value playoff performance. So some of it might seem reactionary, but that just is what it is. Yeah, I'm not so sure how much of a difference Tyler Herro is going to make, to be 100% honest with you. I mean, I want this series to get extended. This is a big game for Denver. You want to win it at home, right? Close it out in 5. Lift the trophy in Denver. I don't think Miami has the best home court advantage. We've been talking about that all postseason long. I think home court advantage might be a little overrated at this point. But if this goes 6, I mean, that's risky because Miami gets a game 6 at home, and then game 7's anything can happen. We know that. So we'll see. Nuggets better not get a big head tonight. That's the thing. That's the thing about this Nuggets team. That's the thing about this Nuggets team that I really like. That sort of separates them. Are they like head and shoulders better than every other team in the league? I don't know. I know it actually. I went outside earlier and I was actually chilly. I couldn't believe it. Well, I'd be happy Jokic wins his first ring before Luka. Of course not. I wouldn't be happy. Happy for Jokic though, for sure, but I'd rather Luka have a ring. So I don't know if the Nuggets are head and shoulders better than every other team. The thing is though, is they don't have like a fatal flaw. It feels like every other team in the league this year has had one just like huge fatal flaw that has come back and bit them in the ass all throughout the postseason. In the Heat, heading into the series, they hadn't really had one either, and they just punished all the other teams' fatal flaws. The Nuggets are just, they're just really fucking good. Draymond was saying he noticed the Nuggets were celebrating a lot after Game 4, like it's done. Well, there's probably like we just went to Miami, won 2 in a row. You're playing in the series. You know what the other team is going through. You don't want to count out the Heat ever, obviously, but that kind of felt like the end. Like we have 2 more games at home to win. The Nuggets actually do have a great home court advantage. I was just saying how home court advantage I don't think really means much, but they actually do have a great. How many home games have they lost this postseason? 1 or 2? I think Bucks Celtics are more talented, but the Nuggets excel in those areas those teams don't. Yeah, I think it's even hard to say. Are they more talented? Jokic is the best player. They might be around the talent level, but the Nuggets just they just execute flawlessly. That's just it. They don't get punched in the mouth and crumble like the Celtics do in the middle of games, right? Because the Celtics actually do a good job of. Yeah, the altitude in Denver is real, but does that I feel like that matters more when there's like a back-to-back or a short rest thing, when you get 2 full days off. Let me just say this. What are we doing, NBA? What's the strategy? What's the strategy when it comes to not having a game during the weekend? I get you want to do like the 2 full days off so you get a whole full travel day, but really, no games at all during the weekend. No Saturday or Sunday game. Really. Nuggets build talent around Jokic and trade for Gordon with their picks. Yeah, they built their team incredibly well. They're probably about to win the NBA Finals tonight. They never gave up on Jamal Murray. They never gave up on Michael Porter Jr. They never fell for the classic, the grass is greener on the other side. We need to trade Jamal Murray and get this guy. Trade Jamal Murray in 3 picks and get this guy. And I think the biggest part of all of this that separates the Nuggets and what they've done from other teams and younger stars, right? Because Jokic is 27, 28, but I'm talking like 4 years ago. He bought into what they were doing. Even when they weren't winning at the highest levels, he was bought in. They never had to really worry about him walking, right? They knew that he was comfortable there. They knew he was going to stay. So it gave them the room to do what they wanted to do and build out their team. Whereas you have other teams who, their star players aren't really bought in. And we all know who I'm talking about. And so they have to panic and scramble and trade everything in panic moves because they're so terrified of pissing their best player off because they know they haven't done a good job building the team. And now it's impossible to build the team because you've traded all of your assets and your team is old as shit. Before they announce who the Finals MVP, dude, Jokic could not play tonight and would win the Finals MVP. Nuggets traded for 2 of their core 6 and got 1 in free agency. Celtics traded for 3 of their core. You need to draft to make good trades. It's not one or the other like some Mavs fans act. Yeah, I know. I agree. God, I was outside a couple of days ago and I got destroyed by mosquitoes. Who's a better sitter Dallas can get? Lopez, Capella, Ayton, Turner, or Allen? I mean, Miles Turner's probably the best player there. They can't get him. Don't know if they can get Brook Lopez. So it's basically Capella, Ayton, or Allen. I mean, I'd rather have Jared Allen. I don't know how realistic that is. And then I'd rather have Capella, and then I'd rather have Ayton just because I'm not very interested in paying that contract. Christian Brown's top 5 in Finals MVP odds on one list I read. Well, yeah, it's going to be pretty much all Nuggets players. Yeah, I would be scared paying Brook Lopez, but somebody's going to do it. And I don't think it's what the Mavericks, the Mavericks could have taxpayer exception or the mid-level. Just not going to be enough for him. Some team's going to throw him a decent bag if it's not the Bucks. 8 makes the max and isn't even the best center on that list. Yeah, I'm not paying that contract. It's just that simple. New CBA rolls around. No way I'm paying 8 in that. That's crazy. Kyrie signs with Houston. The Mavs signed Brook and Grant Williams. What's this Kyrie Houston stuff? Is there actual... From everything we've heard, Kyrie, it sounds like Kyrie is staying. A report came out today that Houston might be interested in Kyrie Irving. As an alternate... Okay, the Rockets wire. Oh, this is from Mark Stein, actually. As an alternative to James Harden, the Rockets could consider running Kyrie Irving. Okay, I don't really like playing with the could and should games, to be honest with you. Chris Haynes says that he believes Kyrie Irving will stay with the Mavericks and it would take a real hang-up in negotiations for that to change. However, he thinks by next week there will be some more teams that express interest in Kai. Whenever I saw this earlier, immediately I thought the Heat, right? Immediately I thought Miami. Immediately I think about Miami. See, like, I kind of get I actually get the Rockets going after Harden. It makes some sense to me. They need an older guy there. They need like a legit ball handling point guard. Okay? And they're probably going to, if they don't get Harden, or they might just get him anyway, but they're probably going to draft him in Thompson, it sounds like, to try and be that guy. But they need like somebody to help their other players. Their young players actually develop and get put in good positions to succeed, which has not been the case for them at all. I don't know if Kyrie Irving is that, really. But why I would be a little bit concerned about a team like Houston who has like, what, $60 million in cap space or something like that. Why I would be a little bit concerned about them is maybe, Kyrie, it's been talked about. Kyrie's been doing recruiting. A little bit concerning that maybe he thinks, hey, you know what? Why don't I just recruit somebody to come to Houston? Like me and somebody else, we go to Houston. I don't know who that other person would be in free agency. It would not be Harden. I don't think they like each other that much. I did watch the whole Starfield thing, yes. Looks incredible. Cannot wait. I actually didn't realize that game was coming out in September. Or maybe I did and I forgot. But I was very shocked to see that game is coming out in a few months. Rockets youngsters are already undisciplined slackers. Harden isn't the ideal person to help change him. No, I think the Houston youngsters are all they've just been playing. They've been playing without a point guard because they've been trying to pigeonhole KPJ into the point guard spot, which doesn't make any sense. Şengün is their best playmaker and their best passer, but he rarely played. Or he had a very, very short leash for some reason. And they need an actual point guard. And for all of Harden's flaws, he is a very good point guard. Very, very good. Do we not watch the same Starfield stuff? I don't give a fuck about 15 FPS, man. It's a fucking Oblivion. It's a Bethesda game. I don't expect that from a Bethesda game. I want a big world. I want fun things to do. I want to be able to do whatever the fuck I want. And it sounds like that's going to be the case. I don't give a shit if it's 15 FPS. I just don't. My favorite game ever, or my second favorite game ever, is Skyrim, which was not some graphical masterpiece. I thought on computer it was 60 though. It's not 15 FPS, dude. It's serious. Anyway, sorry for that little sidebar. I'm very excited for that game. Christian Wood and Hardaway Jr. for CP3. Think about it. I would think about it. I don't really want to lose Tim Hardaway. I've actually come around to not wanting to trade Tim Hardaway. Isn't that weird? So anyways, I'm confident Kyrie is staying. I have been. I am. They can say whatever they want to say. I really doubt that they made that trade without there being some sort of wink wink under the table handshake. Hardaway's a better asset at this point than CP3, I think. I don't know. Isn't CP3 expiring? So that just might make him a little bit more valuable. And he still is the better player, but isn't the cap like 150 million in a couple years? We will be okay signing Kyrie. Oh, it's not. For the Mavericks, signing Kyrie is not that big of a deal. It's just you add that with all of their other contracts. But once Bertans is off, they'll be fine. If the Mavs draft the guard, then they should just trade THJ and Green. I think if the Mavericks draft the guard, Josh Green is probably on the block. If I just had to guess, with their cap situation, Josh Green is extension eligible this offseason. I have to say, I wonder if they're kind of balking at the idea of paying him what he might get. Because I don't know what Josh Green would get in free agency. I really don't know. Kai Soto is joining Mavs Summer League. Is that true? Isn't he a draft guy? I don't know anything about Kai Soto besides a lot of people have been talking about him on Twitter in a negative way. I don't know anything about him. Be honest, do you want to pay him? I haven't even really thought about what it would cost to keep Josh Green. I've given it no consideration. I don't know. If it's 20 million, which I highly doubt, but if it is, no, not really. I would shop him. I don't know if he's a 20 million a year guy. Is Dylan Brooks going to get $20 million a year? Because Dylan Brooks is better if we're just being honest. I guess there's some baggage that comes with Dylan Brooks. Would you want to trade Bertans if you trade away THJ? I was actually thinking about this more recently. I don't really give a shit about the Bertans contract. I've been thinking about it. It's not really even that bad. It's $17 million this year, but then it's only $5 million guaranteed the next season. And you can waive and stretch him. So it's not like they don't need to do anything crazy to get off of that contract, I don't think. Tim averaged 17 points in 2 playoff series with the Mavs. Maybe he's a better playoff player than regular season player. Dude, that series against the Clippers, 2021, like he was really like the only guy besides Luka who was really, really stepping up. And even then, he had some bad games and losses. But Maxey played pretty well in that series. KP got relegated to the corner. Jalen Brunson was not good at all. Boban was starting game 7. Tells you all you need to know. Like, Boban started and played 30 minutes in game 7. Is that not nuts? Is that not the craziest shit? Yeah, Trey Burke was getting big minutes. And just the year before that, man, they had Michael Kidd-Gilchrist playing in the playoffs. All right, we're 30 minutes into the stream. I don't even know what we have talked about. I did want to actually talk about something kind of sad to me, The Athletic. I don't know if any of you guys give a shit at all, but I always find this stuff very interesting. You know, as a new media guy, I always find this stuff very, very interesting. The Athletic is cutting, I believe, what was it, 6% of their journalists? All of them local beat guys. Josh Green is eligible for a 4-year, $58 million extension. I would do that. Yeah, Josh Green, the more I think about it, Josh Green does feel like an easy trade piece here. Why are so many people defending Christian Wood defense on Twitter like he didn't fall asleep on cutters every game? Are people still defending Wood? Really? It's actually funny because I don't remember where I was talking about this on. It might have been on one of the Bleach Report streams or something, but I was like, the more I think about it, there's scenarios in which bringing Christian Wood back kind of makes sense, assuming it's for cheap. Like, there's some scenarios where him being like the 7th or 8th guy makes some sense. But I would be shocked if Christian Wood wants to come back to Dallas. So The Athletic, one of the things I really did like about The Athletic, I will say I like their writing. I have not found an Athletic podcast that I like at all. But their writing is pretty good. And the cool thing with them is they're going to have a beat writer for every team. And that's how you got some really juicy stories. Like Tim Cato writes for The Athletic. So that's how you got some of those juicy, like, hey, here's what happened this season that nobody wanted to talk about stories. And now they're shifting away from that. Which scares me because I feel like a lot of people are going to do that. Like I don't know how much longer you'll have like beat writers covering every team. And that sucks. Because you want to have somebody in the building, in the premises, who could tell us after the season, this happened, that happened. I'm wondering what the future is for places like this. You know, it sounds like the fuck that. It sounds like they're just going the classic like ESPN route. Why the Athletic wants to pillage newspapers. Look at these guys. Jesus Christ. We will wait every local paper out and let them continuously bleed until we are the last ones standing. We will suck them dry of their best talent at every moment. We will make business extremely difficult for them. God damn. Jesus. Well, turns out the joke was on them, huh? Turns out the joke was on them. I mean, I'm wondering what the future is. They just start giving passes and stuff to like YouTubers, like independent people. You got to have press. Like, you got to have people in the locker rooms. It adds to the entertainment value of sports. If we know what's going on behind the scenes, it adds to the intrigue. I don't know. I'm interested in all of this. I thought The Athletic was good. But they clearly are going a different direction than what they were trying to do. I mean, they sold their business for $500 million. David Perpich, the publisher of The Athletic, and Steven Ginsburg, its executive director, announced a significant reorganization of the newsroom in a note to the staff. They said the publication was shifting away from having one beat reporter per sports teams to broader coverage, telling the most compelling stories for fans across the teams in a given league, drawing on both local and national reporting expertise. This is kind of crazy. It's like that was their whole point, was to be like, hey, every team's going to get great coverage. Anyways, that's probably the death blow for The Athletic. I can't imagine they're around much longer, which is crazy. Thought that they would be around. Thought that they were the next thing. But turns out they're just another teardrop in the rain. Just another teardrop in the rain. All right, let's do some reactions. Which team do you think is going to trade Cat next week? Trade for Cat? I'm not going to spoil my 5 players I don't want to trade for video, but it better not fucking be Dallas. Feels like maybe a panic. Feels like maybe a panic. Knicks thing. Even though I don't think they would do that, actually. Do we go on Fanspo today? When was the last time we went on Fanspo? Do we go on Fanspo on Wednesday? I said I'm only going to do it once a week. I love basketball, but the final should have been Lakers-Celtics. Why should it have been Lakers-Celtics? Imagine Cat is heading to Hawks and Trey play with DeJounte and Cat. If the Timberwolves are trading Cat to the Hawks, one of those guys is going back to Minnesota. Fanspo after the finals be better? Yeah, I don't want to do Fanspo today. I do want to watch this. I have been enjoying the Nikola aesthetic. This guy has just been pulling receipts all year long, shitting all over the people who didn't believe in the Nuggets and didn't believe in Jokic. This is Jason. How do you say his last name? Jason Timpf. Who I actually really like this guy's videos, but he does have some weird like anti-Nikola Jokic thing going on. I don't know what's going on there. And Chris Mannix, who we all know who he is. I haven't watched this video yet. Is this a recent video?
I'll just let you go first because I'm curious to hear your opinion. Do you view Jokic's playoff run as all-time great? or do you view it more as just like something more along the lines of like what Kawhi Leonard did in 2019, where it's like a legit Finals MVP run, but no one's looking at him as like the all-time greats, if that makes sense?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't look at it as an all-time great playoff run because of kind of what you alluded to. They didn't have a peer really that they went up against.
The Suns were betting favorites in that series. I want to say that. I can't remember if the Lakers were or not. I don't think they were. But the Suns were betting favorites in that series. Yeah, Timph is good. I do like Timph. It's not an all-time great run. They beat the Timberwolves, a new Suns team, in a horrible offense of Lakers and Heat. You could get the Lakers at almost even odds. I mean, is it an all-time run? I think statistically and performance-wise, it is up there. But whenever you say all-time run, there can't be 50 fucking all-time runs. That defeats the purpose. Like that kind of goes against the point. If every postseason, if every finals run ever was an all-time great run, then there's no all-time great runs. It's not like an all-time run the way that the Mavs in 2011 was, where they played really great teams that they weren't expected to beat, ended up beating. Not all-time like 2016 Cavs. But they also just dominated. No, Dallas just lost Quentin Crawford. He joined Vogel coaching staff. Yeah, I did see that. I don't know. Personally, I can't say I know enough about what goes on with assistant coaching to be upset or super pissed off by that. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I hate this Discord so much. We always have to rank shit and give our top 5 of everything. It's okay so I can enjoy stuff. I do agree with that, but at the same time, it is fun ranking stuff. Dirk had to beat Baby Thunder, Kobe, Gasol, and the Heatles. Baby Thunder, Lakers, who are coming off of 2 straight finals, like 2 straight championships. And that's not like that Blazers team. I'm actually still working on something for that 2011 run. That's like a big video I'm working on. A lot of people picked that Blazers team to beat the Mavericks. So it wasn't like they were going up against a first round, rollover.
And equal. Phoenix, as talented as they were, we all knew the flaws with that team, not the least of which was chemistry.
Again, betting favorites Phoenix. And you know what? Let me go look right now. ESPN NBA playoffs round 2 predictions. I also wonder, man, who did Chris Mannix beat in that pick in that series? Let me just see. We all knew. That's what he said. We all knew. We all knew the Suns' fatal flaws. Damn, a lot of people picked the Warriors against the Lakers, huh? Suns. 13-4. Only 2 people picked the Lakers. Fucking ESPN, fire everyone, hire me. Out with the old, in with the new. This shit's embarrassing. Get everyone out. Terrible. I picked the Grizzlies in the Western Conference Finals before the playoffs started, and that's exactly why I don't do before playoffs started predictions. And the reason is, right, I'm a very big go with the flow vibe guy. Did you miss a lot of your picks this year? Nothing. I think I picked the Lakers and the Nuggets, right? Please tell me I did. Where's my here it is, playoff confidence meter. I picked the Warriors? No, that's a typo. That's a typo. I picked the Nuggets in every single series. No, that's a typo. That's not right. There's something got messed. Something's not right there. Let me see. Chris Mannix works for Sports Illustrated, right? Well, let's see. Sports Illustrated 20. Let me just see, right? Because this is the narrative. Sports Illustrated NBA second round predictions. Let's see if they do those. NBA playoffs, predictions for each round, finals. All right, let's see. Okay, hey, let's see. Let's see. All right, he got every first round series right. Nice. Suns over Nuggets in 7. Wait. Whoa, no. That can't be true. That can't be true. I have expert predictions for the second round. Last year. Only one person picked him. Did they not have... Okay, well, anyway. Chris Mannix. Picked the Suns to beat the Lakers. I'm sorry, the Suns to beat the Nuggets in the second round, but wait, that can't be fucking right.
Of having only played a handful. We all knew the flaws with that team, not the least of which was chemistry.
But what? Wait. But if we all knew all the fatal flaws of the Suns... Wow.
Having only played a handful of games together before the playoffs started, I was as on board with the Lakers as anyone. I give the Nuggets credit for rolling through them in 4 straight, but they were certainly a flawed team. And now it's Miami, and I'm not going to dismiss Miami as just an 8 seed. Miami's better than that, but it's not the. I'd probably feel differently about Jokic if he had gone through Boston or Milwaukee.
See, you can't like shit all over a finals run if you picked against the team twice. I could do it. I picked the Nuggets to win every round. I could come out and be like, yeah, they were supposed to do it. So like, it's not that impressive. I picked them to win every single round before the round started. Like, yeah, they did what they were supposed to do. Not that impressed. But I'm not going to do that. Meanwhile, Chris Mannix picked against them twice. Yeah, I don't get that either. Like, I would be more impressed if they beat Boston or Milwaukee. Meanwhile, they are destroying the team that beat both of them. It doesn't make any sense, man.
Or in a matchup with Joel Embiid in Philadelphia. So I think it's a...
What? Philadelphia? That series would have been a joke.
Playoff run that elevates him. I don't know if it elevates him to that top tier stratosphere. I mean, you have to look at the numbers, the triple doubles, which could be 11-12 by the time this postseason is over, an all-time record for a playoff. So, he answers every question that was ever out there about his ability to succeed in the playoffs. But to get to that next level of superstar, that all-time great level of superstar, I want to see him go up against a team that is just, you consider they're equal, or even consider they're better, to beat someone that you're staring down and you're the underdog in that particular series.
Hold on. NBA second round, 2023 betting odds. Hold on. Nuggets were plus 135. And that's not what experts were saying. That's what Vegas had them as. The Nuggets were underdogs. Nuggets were underdogs to win the series. Wait. I like this right here. Okay, this is what I want. This is what I wanted to see, actually. The Heat were only plus 134 against the Knicks. Kind of shocking to me. Entering game one, Nuggets plus 120. That's crazy. That's actually insane. What was it? What was it in the conference finals? What was it in the conference finals? I'm assuming that I'm assuming the Nuggets were favorites, but okay, what is this? I just want. God, Miami was a plus 300 to win that series. Why is it so hard to find what I'm looking for, huh? Why is it so hard? Conference Finals, Championship Finals, MVP. Okay, Denver was a minus 130, so it's not like they were overwhelming favorites either. Denver was minus 130. So this whole idea that like they haven't played anybody near them, that's not what Vegas thought. It made it look like that because they have dominated everybody though. So maybe I'm actually starting to warm up more to this run. I already thought it was a really dominant run, but not like legendary in the sense that, oh, they beat this team, and that team
by a sizable amount. Some meant as a critique of Jokic or the Nuggets. You in the NBA, you play the team that's in front of you, and they have beaten every team that's been in front of them, most of them pretty badly. But if we're talking about where this playoffs pushes Nikola Jokic, it's a level up, but it's not that all-time great level up just yet.
I 100% agree. And to me, what's ironic, that the team that it reminds me the most of is the 2020 Lakers, where it's like they're a bona fide champion, great team, great playoff run from LeBron James, but like they were just better than everybody. Like there wasn't like ever a moment where you felt like they were truly threatened. And that's the thing. Like this is not some sort of shot at Jokic. He's gonna get his opportunities too. Like LeBron James, for instance, in 2020 Finals MVP. No one's looking at that as his most dominant playoff run. They're going to go back to 2016 when they were down 3-1, or they're going to go back to 2012, for instance, where he's trailing 2-1 against the Pacers, trailing 3-2 against the Celtics, trailing 1-0 against the Thunder. Like I've always said that like one of my favorite things about sports is when adversity forces an athlete to
Listen, I don't necessarily think this is an all-time legendary run, but I don't even understand this. I don't even understand this logic. Really, I don't understand it at all. So, because the Nuggets dominated, and I mean shitted on everyone they played, this is like a bad thing. I don't get this logic. You could just say, hey, listen, like here you go. Here, if you wanna discredit Jokic a little bit, which is what they're trying to do. Like, I don't know what it is. Jason Timp's been doing this all year long. I don't know why, and obviously Chris Mannix has. So they really joined forces here for the Jokic hate brigade. But if you wanted to discredit him, just say, hey, there's been a lot of all-time great runs, and this one just it doesn't really stack up to it historically. And it's not really the Nuggets' fault, but it's just the way it goes. That's all you have to say. Like, it's not as memorable as some of the teams that had to overcome adversity, but just to be like, to discredit the fact that, I don't know, man. Their average margin of victory in the playoffs is 8 points. They have a 8 net rating. That's crazy. I mean, I'm gonna go back through history. I know we've already done this before, but that is so huge. Jesus, the 76ers? Really? The Lakers didn't do that. Let's see. That feels like a Warriors. Okay, Bucks. But they didn't even win that year. Yeah, here's the Warriors. This is when the Warriors were literally unstoppable. Jesus, 13. Everyone, people were talking about this. Like, this was more fun. Dude, no, this was not. This was not fun. Okay? Like, I've seen people on Twitter be like, oh, everybody says that they don't miss this, but they definitely miss it. No, I don't. This was not fun at all. Not at all. The Warriors' run last season was less impressive. Nuggets with scrubs, no jaw Grizzlies, Mavs with no front court, and Tatum shitting his pants. Yeah, I mean, it's also for the Warriors, like, they've already won other rings, too. So it's like, that one will probably get, I wouldn't say lost in history, but it won't be talked about nearly as much. You put LeBron James' name in place of Jokic name, how would the narrative go? Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, it's just different because this is Jokic's first. So the Nuggets are beating teams just from a championship level team, a team that won the championship. The Nuggets are beating teams in a way that we haven't seen since the uber dominant Warriors that literally ruined the game. Like, it was not fun to watch. And the Cavs and the Spurs. Like, they align with, like, all of these elite dominant teams. What up, KS?
To dig down to a level of greatness that even he didn't know was there. And as dominant as Jokic has been in this run, it has not been a run that's been full of adversity. So, legitimate championship, probably one of the most unstoppable offensive playoff runs I've ever seen. And just in sheer, like, watching the TV, you're like, oh, there's literally nothing you could do with this guy, you know, like that kind of thing. It's an all-time great playoff run on the offensive end, but when you really start to look at the greatest playoff runs of all time, there's significant opposition, two-way dominance, like usually like
There was the sneaky part. The two-way dominance. There was this sneaky jab.
A handful of clutch games that they've pulled out of thin air, you know, that kind of thing. And this run lacks some of that. But that's the thing is, like, if this Denver team, like we talked about earlier, they're gonna be consistently on this stage, and they're gonna have plenty of opportunities to go up against better teams, and that's why you play out your whole career and you don't make up someone's entire legacy when they're 28 years old. Anyway,
I mean, this is so strange to me. Yeah, I did just see that, Fred. Yeah, this is exactly right here. So the Nuggets were underdogs against the Suns. betting underdogs. The Suns were the betting favorites despite the fact that the Nuggets had home court advantage and were the 1 seed. And it went 6, but it took Devin Booker turning into Jesus Christ reincarnate in order to even push that series to 6 games. And then they got absolutely laughed out of the gym in game 6 at home. And then the Lakers come around. The Nuggets are slight favorites. A lot of experts are picking the Lakers, and they sweep them. This is so stupid to me. So stupid. It's just so weird, too, especially because this guy picked against them twice. You can't do this. You can't say, yeah, man, like, what? They didn't even play anybody good. You picked against them twice. Jokic went through good defensive centers during this run, too. I mean, again, do I think it's like a top 5 run ever? No, of course not. Just it isn't. But see, I could make that argument because I picked the Nuggets in every series. So I could say, yeah, I expected it, whatever. This guy picked against them twice. I honestly think we're going to look back at this Nuggets team as one of the all-time great championship teams ever. I mean, they have dominated. And it's a very short list of teams that have only lost like 4 games in a postseason run. But yeah, like discrediting a run because they handily beat everybody is really strange. Like maybe you're not making the argument you think you're making. Warriors lost 1 game in the playoffs, greatest run ever. Yeah, that was the best team ever. That was the best team ever. I couldn't care less. All right, sorry, beat out. We didn't talk about the fucking Luka tweet where he said 3 words. Fred VanVleet declining his player option. I guess Woj. I mean, this was known. I guess Woj. Interested to see what his market is. Really think he'll get much more than that? 22 million? Yeah, he'll probably get more than. He'll probably get around that, but it'll be longer. He'll have like a 4-year contract though, which is better than just 1 year. Small guard, not really scoring overrated defense, to be honest. Yeah, he was not very good this year. He was really good 2 years ago, but he wasn't really good this year. They really should have traded him. I don't know. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what they were doing. I also
will weigh a run at Kyrie Irving in the event they are. I've been told that the Rockets will weigh a run at Kyrie Irving in the event they are not able to convince James Harden to leave Philadelphia. Now, again, those are both contingency scenarios. If they don't get Harden and the Rockets have to weigh if they really want to go down that road, but I'm told it is something they will consider. But since they're still in the consideration phase, I really haven't changed my view of this. The only verified, confirmed team bidding for Kyrie Irving in free agency, it's still Dallas. You know, Houston will weigh it, and that's the first other team that I've been able to report since the season ended.
That would be interesting. You look at the free agents that's out there, and the Houston Rockets have let it be known they want to change the course of where they were headed with this youth movement. The youth movement, it involved a lot of losing. That owner is not happy, you know.
You said at the trade deadline when the Raptors tried to stay put and win. Yeah, dumbasses. This would actually be really bad news for the Mavericks, by the way. I don't see it happening though. I don't see why the Rockets would do that. And this isn't coping for me. I actually do get the Harden thing. I don't really get them going after Kyrie at all. Yes, bad because they could just sign him outright. Chris Haynes is so ass. Well, that was actually Mark Stein who said that. But yeah, I don't even, like, why would Kyrie do that? Like, I don't understand why Kyrie does that. You're not in any position to win. Still, like, Dallas, assuming Dallas can pay you, like, you're getting your money, you're getting your years. Yeah, I am definitely live streaming the draft for sure. For sure. For sure. I'm still very confident that Kyrie is a Maverick. Still very confident. Kyrie leaves will be the Mavericks are saving their cap for Giannis Part 2. I mean, it's like him going to the Lakers or the Sixers or the Suns. Like, I'm just trying to think about teams that I have heard him. The Heat. It would have to be in a sign and trade, so the Mavericks are getting something in return. The Rockets piece of this is a little. The Rockets piece is a little concerning if they were to make an actual push for him. But it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm trying to think. What's the I just don't know why either side would do it. You know? I don't know why either side would do it. Kyrie leaves, it was Mark Cuban is a cheapskate, part of Affinity. Well, that part's true. That part's actually true. Rather send Kyrie to Lakers for a D'Lo package? No. I would rather have nothing than D'Lo or Duncan Robinson. I'd rather have nothing. Jared Allen, Jetty Osman, Royce O'Neal, and Dorian Finney-Smith to Dallas. Tim Hardaway Jr. the 10th pick to the Cavs. Bertans in 2027 first to the Nets. Jared Allen, Jetty Osman, Royce O'Neal, and Dorian Finney-Smith. Tim Hardaway in 2 firsts. That feels like too much. Gotta be real with you. That feels like too much. That's like all of your trade assets gone. Fanspo time? No, we're waiting for Fanspo. So I offer the Spurs 3 cans of pinto beans for Wemby. I'll make a call. I'll make the call. I saw a Drew Kyrie swap idea. I mean, if you're going to lose Kyrie, then that would make some sense. That would make some sense. You should really pitch that beans, cheese, and fries you were working with and see if they'll take that. That is a fucking, like, I'm gatekeeping that. I don't want you guys eating it. I don't want anybody else to discover it. I'm gatekeeping that recipe. I'm gatekeeping that recipe. All right. I was having a blast. I was having a blast looking at this Twitter thread over the weekend. This was the funniest season ever. I'm sorry. 320 million views. Bam, the secret is Bam's always been untouchable. You can just hear it in the way that they would talk about him. You see the article today that said there was buzz around that Lively could go Dallas at 10. I did see that, yeah. It's hard to trust a lot of rumors around this time. It's possible though. I could see it. I mean, let's just read this mock. This was from the mock draft, right? It's almost jarring how fast the NBA draft sneaks up on the league calendar. That is so true, actually. That is so true. The NBA draft just pops up. Oh, this one has Scoot going number 2. I respect that. Oh, and Amin goes number 3. I don't think the Trailblazers do that unless Dame gets traded, right? Mavs take Case and Wallace. I just can't get there with that one. I like Case and Wallace. He just does not make sense for the Mavericks, I don't think. Not this year because we were stressed about losing number 10 for 7 weeks before the lottery night and then had to wait about 6 weeks for the draft. That's true. But it does sneak up fast. Like, you're watching the NBA playoffs next thing you know, it's like, hey, the draft next Thursday on ESPN. It's like, whoa. Holy shit. Especially because the NFL draft is like 7 months after the season. Like, you forget that the NFL is still even exists as a league. And then the draft comes and it's like, oh yeah, that's right. The NFL exists. I think I would rather have Grady Dick than Case and Wallace. Personally. Kobe Buffkin. 13. Nice. I thought this was there's buzz that he could even go in the top 10 to Dallas. Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather take Dick. Personally. I think Ringer has updated theirs. Sorry. What that was. Ringer mock draft. Are we sure it's updated? Is there a way of knowing? Everything looks the same. Oh, wait. No, everything does look the same. I don't think this has been updated. Just don't know if I can get there with Case and Wallace on the Mavericks. Is there a real world in which Case and Wallace can guard threes? If so, okay. Would be the most exciting. Oh wait, this might have been updated. Raphael calls him Mini Kawhi. Case and Wallace. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I was watching Case and Wallace, I was thinking kind of like Jimmy Butler-esque. That was what I was thinking whenever I was watching him. Oh, I don't want to watch that. I already know what it is. Yeah, I'd rather take Dick. Personally. Yeah, I can't wait for the draft to be over. I can't wait for the draft to be over. Was this the funniest season ever? It was pretty hilarious. 3,800 quotes. You want to know something weird I've noticed about Gobert? It feels like things have come full circle on him. Where now everyone who was shitting on him, laughing at him, now all of a sudden it's like, actually, you know what? He probably is worth all those draft picks. Or maybe not all those draft picks, but he's actually kind of worth a lot. This was hilarious, though. I remember when this happened. I mean, that's the end of the game right there. Rudy Gobert does that against your team. Maybe it's me. You guys remember this? Oh my God. That was the underappreciated part of the Mavericks actually getting Kyrie. Was it set everybody ablaze. Like, really kind of funny how the media handled it, because the media likes shit on Kyrie, right? He's an easy target. But deep down, they love him. And they wanted him in Los Angeles. Make no mistake about it. Partially because they love LeBron. They love the Lakers. Second, because, you know, it would have given them more ammo to shit on him. Maybe it's me. That is so funny.
Had it with Herb Jones, and I think Steve Kerr
and
sending
gonna
Jonathan
sub him
Kuminga
yes.
in. And
that's smart coaching right there. They
Green
cannot afford to lose him. He wants to
Draymond was way more unhinged than usual this year. And Kyrie forgot Jokic was behind and not I wish that they wore All-Star games. I wish that they wore their team's jerseys like how they used to do in baseball. I don't know if they still do in baseball. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh. That was the most egregious officiated game I've ever seen. Still to this day. I've never seen anything quite like that. And then the meltdown afterwards, Patrick Beverly walking up to the ref with the camera.
And Caleb Martin will shoot free throw. Yeah, everyone's saying ball don't lie.
Nothing can beat Isaiah Stewart charging like a bull last season. Oh, this is the Beam religion? Oh, wow. They're doing this in the middle of intros. Imagine like getting introduced. You're about to play an NBA game. Maybe it's your first game ever, right? You're going out in the lineup. You're dapping up all your teammates, and you see this right next to you. The beam gimmick was kind of dope. Yeah, now it's over. You can't do something like that 2 years in a row. It's not going to have the same feel as it did this year. Next year, the cuteness factor will be gone. It's been a fun NBA season, but hopefully the Dallas makes the right move to keep Luka happy. The gang is back. Patrick Beverly had a lot of funny moments this season. Draymond Green doing a documentary opening night about the punch.
The world has been able to see one of your worst moments. Look at all the upside you have now.
This was so psychotic.
And it's a totally different way of looking at it.
So psychotic.
Like, the world has seen one of your worst moments. Look at the upside. And I can live with that.
What does that even mean? What does that even mean? You spoke about Zion. I really don't care about the Zion stuff, dude. Does Rocky get a ring tonight? I would think so, right? Doesn't Rocky make like $600,000 a year, or is that another one? Rocky's definitely getting a ring tonight, man. You don't nearly die by hanging yourself in the rafters doing a stunt just to not get a ring. Giannis playing hot potato because he didn't want to shoot free throws. This was a shit stain on Giannis. This was a rough moment for Giannis. That whole sequence. Never forget John Morant's inbound trolling all season long. This was not funny to me. It was just so annoying. Get it out of the game. I hate it.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Jimmy is
Don't
hilarious.
start, Taylor. I don't have time. I don't have time.
Millionaire and an NBA champ as a mascot is literally a dream. I know, right? And people like, you don't even show your face. Hate on my G post. Yeah, this was embarrassing. Two of the best scores in NBA history. See, like, why? I don't understand why team accounts do this. You're just setting your guy up to get destroyed. That's it. Like, maybe 1% of people are going to see this and be like, hell yeah. Even Bulls fans are probably like, hey, whoa. 13 seasons, 13 teams getting a chip. That's true, Ish Smith. So, in the NBA, I know they do this for, like, baseball, but for the NBA, if you get traded midseason, do you still get a ring? I feel like that would be weird, especially for a guy like Bones Highland, who wanted out and now is about to be considered a champion. Still can't believe this happened. Watch Silas come up with a play for Eric Gordon here. What's so fucking fun? Oh my God, I remember this. Some of these I've seen already. How can I forget this? Today wasn't the day, y'all. Today's the day. What is this from? I think Kevin Love going to the finals every year. He's made the playoffs in his career. Has been talked about enough. That is an absolute insane stat. That is definitely an insane statistic. Randall top 5 when it comes to funniest NBA players when he karate chop Brunson.
Asking, will the Cavaliers' physicality
Doing my guy dirty, man.
Now we began the broadcast asking, will the Cavaliers' physicality...
What was the end goal there? I think Kevin Love going to the... Oh, wait, I already read that. Zubac's getting stuck in the Timberwolves cheerleader circle. Oh, they're performing a ritual on him. Speaking of rituals, I've been playing Diablo 4. I like it. Yeah, Klay Thompson shitting on Dylan Brooks. Klay Thompson had a funny season. You know, in retrospect, it was kind of obvious that the Warriors were going to flame out. Like, the writing was on the wall. Draymond was unhinged, the likes of which we haven't seen in a long time. Draymond was completely and totally unhinged all season. Klay Thompson was weird. Jordan Poole sucked. Yeah, and this was on Dylan Brooks. This one was hilarious too. Joel, oh my God. Whenever you watch replays of this play, it is a miracle that Grant Williams is alive. Honestly. This was literally how the season kicked off. Horny. 8 of the last 9 liked tweets by Doc Rivers are porn videos. Most via cock sources. Oh my God. Is this stuff gonna come to an end? Cock sources. Most porn among 9 liked tweets since the NBA-ABA merger. Oh my god, that is so stupid. Cam Thomas did this in 3 straight games and immediately got sent to the Shadow Realm. Yeah, this is actually nuts. 44 points, 43 points, 47 points. This was actually nuts that this happened. Suns won this game. What's so funny? Jordan Poole slipping on the floor from his own arm sleeve. Jordan Poole himself is just comedy on the basketball court. That's actually really. I have not seen. Julius Randle was so bad in the 3-point contest, he made his son cry. Just when you think of 3-point contest, inviting Julius Randle is shocking. It just is. And Jokic had to draft himself for the All-Star game because LeBron and Giannis kept skipping over him. And Larry Markkinen was still there.
My last pick.
Randle in the 3-point contest was bait. Oh, I don't even want to watch the Jericho Sims dunk. It just makes me sad. It actually makes me sad. Draymond and Sonya arguing because D-Lee was acting tough with Jordan Poole and James.
No, and this your son. No, no, no. No, you've been talking all day.
Draymond was unhinged all season. Just remember when the Grizzlies took a road trip for the Pacific Division and got whacked? Oh, wasn't this right around the infamous Denver strip club story? Oh, I remember this game. 15-12 in the second quarter. I don't even like this. This isn't fun. Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. Patrick Beverly is such a tyrant. Oh, this was actually if I had to pick a top 3 favorite video from the season, this is one of them for sure. Steph Curry getting ejected from the game because he threw his mouthpiece after Jordan Poole took that god-awful shot.
With this Jordan Poole shot, Steph getting back on defense, makes the error of throwing his mouthpiece, which, by the way, is unsportsmanlike, and he's done it before. He did it in the playoffs. It happened in the playoffs.
That was his playoff ejection, was a mouthpiece throw as well. And he has one other.
And out of frustration.
Hilarious stuff. Oh yeah, this 30-point comeback. I remember that. I was watching some TV show in the background. It was some real dog shit TV show. It was some dog shit TV show. I can't remember which one. Wow, I've actually seen several Mavericks fans responding to this Fred VanVleet news. Really? Why? Why do you guys want Fred VanVleet? Yeah, average Celtics midseason. Sure. Oh, I had Outer Banks was on in the background. Outer Banks. Dennis Smith Jr. hitting this against the Mavs was hilarious.
Kill show! It's over! Dennis Smith, welcome back to Dallas! Here in
And was it the game before this or after? Because we played the Hornets twice in a row. Which one was the dunk? He hit this 3, and then the other game he had that alley-oop in like the last minute dagger.
the Metroplex by Dennis Smith Jr.
Surrounded is PJ. That one was from Preston Hills.
Next season better be better. Yeah, this one was funny.
The season series.
I did not want Dylan Brooks' jersey. Oh, this shit was hilarious. I was crying laughing at this video a few days ago.
Being competitive, being aggressive. Let's keep this going.
Let's get greedy.
Let's get real greedy, man. Let's get real greedy.
Let's get greedy, man.
We got on three, man.
Keep having fun, bro.
Yes, sir.
You happy for the next man? Keep having fun, bro. Win, lose, or draw, have fun. Just keep having fun, bro. Let's go, man.
Just got to keep stacking.
Fun, bro.
I'm actually really happy Russ ended up doing really well on the Clippers. But this shit is hilarious. The vampire storyline make it? Dude. I didn't even watch Outer Banks. It was just on in the background. It was the finale. This show might be the worst show I've ever seen. Lakers locker room calling Russ the vampire? Yeah. Davidson going straight to hell for still passing it to Tyler Herro, who just broke his hand.
He wants out. And low post. Out to Vincent. Oh, Herro will shoot it anyway.
His hand is really hurting. You can see on that shot of
Vincent. Oh, Herro will shoot it anyway.
his hand is.
What up, Slide Bias? When are you on Bleach Report next? June 27th, I think. Something like that. I broke my hand playing baseball and didn't know it was broke. I might have told this story before. Broke my hand playing baseball, didn't know that it was broke. Didn't realize it was broke. Tried to play the next day or practice the next day with it. Tried to throw a baseball with a broken hand. Threw up immediately. I was in so much pain. Oh, this is actually number one. This is the funniest thing to happen this NBA season. I think pretty comfortably. Jimmy's dreads going into the season. No, I didn't break it catching a heater. It was much more embarrassing than that. Jimmy had his dreads going into the season. 2K was using, or I'm sorry, ESPN was using a 2K picture of him. They did not want to use his media day photo. Oh, they really had this. I thought Fred VanVleet declining his player, I thought that was always going to happen. I don't know. I didn't think that was that big of a deal. I thought that was always going to happen. Oh, this was such clown behavior. Such clown behavior.
7 triples, a new career best.
Such clown behavior here by
Murray.
Such a weirdo. I don't like
over Smith. Make it 7 triples.
And they lost this game. The Rockets came back by down 18 to win that game. And DeJounte and Trae Young were talking so much shit to 21-year-olds. That time Vucevic was getting cooked so badly by Kevin Porter Jr. that he hit him with a dirty screen, got cooked again the very next possession, and punched his chair. About that. The Grizzlies playing. Yeah. Grizzlies had. Who do you think had okay, from beginning to end? Who do you think had a more emotional, up and down season that by the end of it you're just thank God this shit's over? The Mavericks or the Grizzlies? I think Grizzlies, actually. Mavericks, it was just depressing. They didn't play well. Grizzlies, it was this up and down. Our best player is a huge dumbass. Mavs will bounce back. It's like the Mavs was just like, wow, we weren't good. Like, we just weren't very good. The Grizzlies was like, a lot of people saying the Jaw stuff was hilarious. Is weird. Yeah, the whole, I mean, this was funny, but like the whole Jaw stuff, yeah, not very fun. Oh yeah, the LeBron pregame ritual. The LeBron pregame ritual saga. Oh,
And Eric Lewis rightfully tees him up.
You said they thought he was fouled. He was fouled. And would you say missing that? No, it's not as ridiculous as bringing a camera.
I think this is up there for one of the most ridiculous regular season games in a long time. This game right here produced so many, like, just so many memes that the LeBron crying and freaking out. I feel like so much came from this one regular season game. Jordan Poole getting knocked the fuck out. I don't know if I would say this was funny. Draymond Green walking to the first game of the season, or first game back from suspension, whatever it was, in a full green tuxedo. Now that was kind of funny. I see Woj been in the gym. He's giving Shams trouble this year. 12 hours later, the Los Angeles Lakers are trading Patrick Beverley. Whoop that trick. It's not really that funny anymore. Oh, yeah. The Tyler Herro lob Udonis Haslem. This was elder abuse. Like, this is probably considered a felony in some states. Udonis Haslem was getting minutes at points in the season. And now the Heat are in the finals. That's so crazy. I'm telling everybody the Spurs were going to hold Luka under 50 points, then Luka proceeding to drop 51 the very next game was pretty funny.
50 is going to be our goal. 50. We're holding Luka under 50.
Yeah, the writing was on the wall here. He only beat the Spurs by 1, and Luka had to go berserko. Oh, here we go.
This is what movies is made of. This is what movies is made of. 4 months away, I come back, 2 free throws. Don't worry about it. I got that.
That is so funny. That is so funny. But I think he's just cringe. He's just a goofy goober. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's pretty funny. Just a bit of a goofy goober. Nothing wrong with that. Just a goofy goober.
After Kuzma on the sideline, triple try short.
Kuzma's going to take this shot, and then I want you to watch him.
What? Why did he turn? Wait, what? That one wasn't even close. At least on some of like the Kimba turnaround one, the Nick Young turnaround one, those ones were like halfway down and out. This one was a fucking clanker.
After Kuzma on the sideline, triple try
I guess it's just a little short.
Kuzma's going to take this shot, and then I want you to watch him.
Bro, that wasn't even close. I'm being dead serious when I say this. If the Mavericks trade for Karl Anthony Towns, I will do an 8-hour stream of Luka Doncic trades. I'm being dead serious. Being dead serious. God bless the guy. Mavs fans have always had an infatuation with Cat. Have you noticed that? Thomas Bryant calling for the ball during LeBron's shot to pass Kareem. Look at all the phones. It used to be a whole society.
Pass stolen by Drummond.
Drummond showing his back.
2-on-1. Oh, a little Euro step. Oh, that's a travel. Pass stolen by Drummond.
Oh yeah, here's
Nice move.
just this screen grab alone is enough. I would love to watch a game. Like, I would love to be courtside for a game. Closest I've ever been is like 4 rows up, and I was like 6. Bull getting a tech for bouncing the ball. Jordan Poole's just comedy. James Harden really snuck into the game to steal the ball because the Sixers had 4 players on the court. I forgot about that. An actual NBA team decided they were going to build around Andre Drummond at one point. Oh, dude. Mavericks, there used to be fucking full-fledged nuclear warfare. Nuclear warfare on Twitter. Between Mavericks fans about whether or not the Mavericks should trade for Andre Drummond. There was like warfare all the time. It was consistently one of the biggest debates. Say courtside for Game 3 on May 29th next year for Mavs Nuggets in Western Conference Finals. All right, we'll mark that down. We'll mark that down. We'll mark that down, and we'll come back to that. Oh my God, this season was actually nuts. This thread, every time I see something from this thread, I'm like, holy shit, I forgot this happened. This was crazy in retrospect. This was nuts that this even happened. The Memphis Grizzlies were ready to fight an on-air personality. I never liked the Drummond stuff because he was going to cost like $25 million a year. I never liked the Drummond stuff because I watched other teams play basketball. Like, I watched other teams play basketball and realized, yeah, Andre Drummond's not really the guy you want to build around. I know. The sweater combo, everything about this is just hilarious. Got to come back to this story because why was Reggie skipping like this? Reggie Jackson does this all the time, though. Did he hit a shot right here?
Jackson,
oh.
Spin up and tap.
That was actually a sick move.
What a great corkscrew move.
You think Reggie Jackson could maybe be a contributor somewhere, or is he done? Got some minutes. Peace out, Fox.
Fourth assist and 1.4 to go.
I know he's on the Nuggets. I'm saying, like, do you think he could go somewhere next year and actually be like a legit contributor again, or? I don't know. He had that same playoffs in LA 2 years ago, but hasn't made much sense. Yeah. Break one last window before we get out of here. I caught this guy with Kim. Good night. Was that this year? Is there any real team rivalries going into next season? Mavs and Suns will always be a rivalry because Luka and Devin Booker do not like each other. So that's a rivalry. Grizzlies and Grizzlies have rivalries with a lot of teams. A lot of teams. You think Dennis wakes up every day and thinks about the money he missed out on? Probably. Warriors, Grizzlies. Yeah, but the Grizzlies...
FBI and reporting a motherfucking terrorist in the motherfucking Smoothie King Center. Because C.J. McCollum was a fucking terrorist. He came in that bitch like motherfucking ISIS tonight. Terrorizing all fucking 12,000 of us. You fucking criminal. I hope you take your ass to Portland and stay in that motherfucking wine garden all motherfucking summer.
Jesus Christ.
Solid. Solid.
You personally?
Oh, I'm so happy Russ cut out off the Lakers. 2 points on 0 of 11.
How would you assess your game tonight?
Solid. Solid. Played hard. That's all you can ask for.
You personally?
No, that had to be a fan account. That had to be a fan account.
I want to go back to Jermaine. Don't tell nobody. This is the part that the thugs skip. Jump.
When the Memphis Rappers Trappers were spreading money courtside. Damn, you rarely ever see LeBron like that. The Grizzlies really managed to piss everybody off. They took it too far. How on earth was Mason? Hey, go easy on Plum Dog Millionaire, okay? Go easy on Plum Dog. Go easy on Plum Dog. He's doing his best. Plum Dog Millionaire made us a lot of money on a certain betting platform that shall no longer be named. I've never seen LeBron mad like that. He mostly scared as fuck. He's not really scared. He just goes out there and minds his own business. DeAndre Ayton's pretty comedic too. Sixers come back against the Grizzlies, had the craziest hitting I've ever seen. Kevin Harlan.
For the lead, Harris!
Buys Herro supremacy. Soon come.
Morant front in a thicket of defenders. No! Loose, diving, collision.
Oh yeah, this game was absolutely nuts. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. It's really fucking fun. So dramatic. Deni Avdija celebrating on the ground in a tied game with 1 minute left after
the crease, attacking with the left hand. Deni Avdija with his 12th.
The funniest play that honestly, the funniest play, and maybe it's not as funny because the Mavericks did end up going on to win that game, but the god awful pass into the backcourt in that Spurs game. Like, that was straight up the most hilarious play I've seen.
So this is interesting because Draymond and Clay sit. So this is interesting because Draymond.
Wow, that was hilarious. God, Warriors fans live in their own little fucking tiny bubble. What is funny about this? Genuinely.
So this is interesting because
What is funny about this? There's nothing funny about this. Jordan Poole's not a funny guy. He's funny to watch, but not for the right reasons. Okay? Crazy, that was like 4 games after his game winner, too. NFL. Okay.
You tell me, man. I'm gonna know something about you.
Oh God, I forgot
tell
about
me,
this.
Man. I'm gonna know something about you. You tell me, man. I'm gonna know something about you.
Zion is so weird. I have no idea.
You tell me, man.
Is Zion like
I'm gonna know
secretly
something about
hilarious? I feel like we don't hear from him. When the rim got uneven in the Nuggets and Cavs game and Jamal was taking selfies with fans during the delay. That happened a bunch this year. The uneven rim.
I mean, you got to, 11 and a half minutes in a big game. It's a nice.
You think Zion loves basketball? I have no idea, man. I don't know the guy. I think so.
Got the rebound.
The ball is.
That's it.
Thibodeau is so funny.
Got the rebound.
Slightly by his current shit list. The NFL, me. No, you're not on my shit list, B-Dot. Jordan Poole, baloney, BR app comments. No. BR app comments aren't on my shit list. BR app comments aren't on my shit list. They just don't like me. And that's cool. And that's cool. No, the Bleacher Report Bleacher Report people, they don't really enjoy the live streams. It's not me specifically. It's every single one. I've noticed it too. They were destroying the pick a side guys too. They don't really like the format. I can't necessarily say I blame them, to be honest with you. It's hard to watch because they just complain the whole time. Yeah, I know. It makes it very weird. Especially because the next stream I'm doing there is going to be way different.
So it wasn't somebody that had been in the game.
I forgot about this. Holy shit.
He had a shirt on, so it wasn't somebody that had been in the game.
I forgot about this. Oh my god. There's no like flowing convo or discourse. It's also because I can't read the chat. Like I don't have the option to read the chat. It's very strange. I forgot about this massive fight. Damn, the Magic low-key got into some big fights because there was also that fight against the Pistons. Yeah, no, it wasn't Franz. It was Mo Wagner got knocked out, right? Wasn't it Mo? No Steph, no Wiggins. Clay with 54. Poole with 31 shots. Dante game-tying shot. Looney buzzer beat in double overtime. What is funny about this? Do you guys know what the fucking word funny means? Warriors fans are like, Jordan Poole hitting this jump shot. Yeah, what's funny about that? Holy shit. Yeah, but see, like, this is actually funny, though. Jordan Poole taking a shot so bad, Steph Curry gets ejected. See, that's actually comedy right there. Crazy because it was in the back of the head. It just shows why boxing don't play about that. And it was like an elbow, too, wasn't it? Mavs losing to a Damian Lee game winner. Yeah, that one is quite embarrassing.
Well, the Warriors got a
Clay
lot of work
flexing
to
his
do
rings
in
every
that
single time he's getting
department.
cooked. This
I
led
don't
to some
worry
pretty
about
hilarious
playoff matchups until you make the.
I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of funny though. So like Clay got flamed for this, but in this context against the Grizzlies, I think this is actually pretty funny. And a pretty good diss. I can't believe this was from this year. When Dame told Ayton he's not that guy with the game on the line.
Because it's not easy, you know, when you have to make the free throws. That's not an easy situation to be in because the whole game doesn't come down to one possession. You know, it's a lot of things that happen, but in a way, you know, have you ever been in this? I was like thinking about it.
Was that the Jeremy Grant game winner? I think he got flamed because he was always used as a comeback. Yeah, true. But it makes sense against the Grizzlies, though, because they are... Lakers going a 4-0 run while AD was hurt.
Baseline, lefty reverse, no. Gobert tried to tap it out, and Davis goes down in a heap. Turned his ankle. He's in pain. Conley can't get the three. LeBron the rebound. Passes ahead. Russell the lay-in.
I'm not going to lie. There's something always funny about a player being on the floor and the game going on around them.
Davis is held down on the floor, and they have to foul. No foul call. A steal by Gabriel. Russell off the window. No. And it is a foul.
The classic Melo laying on the floor and the game happening around him, and J.R. Smith gets called for a travel because he was trying to avoid Carmelo Anthony laying on the floor. That's the all-time GOAT. Draymond quitting in the middle of a play. Oh, here's actual peak Jordan Poole comedy.
Poole picked up the dribble. Needs some help now.
This is peak Jordan Poole comedy.
Final minute here in the first half. And Draymond, that was an oddity. He just stopped playing.
Hardy posterized on Jackson Hayes was a great moment. They had a rabbi on ESPN. Oh my God, that was this season too? Holy shit. God. This season, a lot went down. A lot went down. A lot went down. I forgot about this. Knew the NBA was unserious. I see a ref riding an ATV on an NBA court.
Future of refereeing will be. There you go. Take off. Bucks 115, Jazz 85. 3-point game, a big difference maker. 19 of 41 through just 3 quarters.
I think it's good for the officials to show they have a human side, right? I mean,
yeah.
Have a little fun, pull a wheelie or two.
Brought to you by Zions Bank.
That actually is pretty fun. All right, I think we've reached all of them. Oh, God. How can we forget that?
Grab Draymond.
Draymond was so unhinged this season, man. I'm actually so tired of seeing that this was the funniest thing of the season, so I'm glad I had to take the piss test and missed it all.
About mind games, right? Not getting the potential and one.
Nah, this is a hilarious thread, honestly. I knew the season was unserious when ESPN had a whole segment on a ball sack sports quote. They've done this a lot. Like, I would say at least once a week. At least once a week, somebody on ESPN is falling for a ball sack sport or butt crack sport or whatever new Twitter account there is. Sport. Quote. I feel like it happens actually very frequently. John Ray, if you put Michael Jordan in today's game, he's just another superstar. Do you think they realize it's a ball sack sports quote, but they're like, you know what? We don't have anything to talk about today, so fuck it. We'll apologize later. Just get out there and talk about this. I think there's actually a legit. I think there's actually a legit chance that happens. The lights were brighter than I expected. That wasn't funny. That was just sad. Football. A block. See ya. Jacoby is low-key bad.
Gets it in. It's going to be DeRozan.
Oh, this was crazy. This was hilariously funny.
To try to win it. Air ball. Stick back is good at the buzzer, and Chicago wins it.
Getting dogpiled on after losing the game is crazy.
Goodness. That is unbelievable. Hawks are stunned.
Man. Oh, Jesus.
It's that time. It's that time. That's that time. It's that time. It's that time. That's that time.
You kind of just gotta love Cat, honestly.
We will see what his status is for Game 6.
All right. That's it. Yeah, the Bones Highland Jamal Murray beef. God, this season was crazy, though. There was so much going on. So much going on. Cut jaw? Why is this trending? I don't know. Oh. Cut jaw is trending because you goofies are basing your choices on his off-court shenanigans. Yeah, no. Jaw's getting cut here, I think, pretty easily. Are we being serious? Dame and Shea are just Dame and Shea were just better this year. Off-court stuff aside. Steve Kerr talking shit about Kuminga and Poole on Draymond's pod. Yeah, I know. That was crazy too. Bones must be sick. Should have just chilled out. Now he's missing out on a free ring. Well, before that, there was already rumors he was going to get traded. Ja without Steven Adams catching him and helping him push off all season is an absolute hot ass. I wouldn't say hot ass, but like Dame was better and Shea was better. What's there to discuss? I do love when these pop up, though. This one feels easy, though. Wasn't Bones one of the most negative players in the league? Yeah. Just a hilarious player to watch, too. So who decides that? So if a team wins a ring and they traded a guy midseason, do they give the players the choice or do they decide? Because I remember that was a big thing with Anderson Varejao. Do you remember that? I don't know. Jaw's easily the best shooter out of those three. Oh, my God. The owner decides. Russ would have gotten one if the Lakers won. Do you accept one of those if you're the player, though? Like, if you're Bones Highland, do you want a Denver Nuggets ring? Players vote on it? That's probably what it is. I feel like that would be weird. Straight to auction? How much do those sell for, though? They don't sell for that much. What kind of question is it? What kind of question is this? Pick one player to build a team around. I'm assuming in their primes. Okay. Thunder warm up in Rockets jersey. Okay, I thought this was current. I was about to be like, what are these two doing here? I mean, is it not Luka? Is it not pretty easily Luka? I think Harden has a decent argument. Not on Twitter now. How much shit has Luka gotten from NBA Twitter this summer so far? No, not much at all, actually. I think with so many players in star and superstar level players having a bit of a down season or down postseason outside of like Jokic, I think people have actually come to respect what Luka has done in the playoffs. Can NBA do the draft like NFL and go to different cities? I'm tired of it just being in Brooklyn. How I feel about Wemby right now. I'll probably put Wemby in my preseason top 100. Probably put him around top 60 or top 70. I think I had Paolo. Actually, I think Keegan Murray was my highest rated rookie going into last season, and he was like in the 80s. I mean, do we think Wemby could be a top 50 player immediately? I think so, actually. I didn't do a preseason list before 2018. I probably would not have had Luka very high. But Luka wasn't as hyped as a prospect as Wemby was. Why am I getting tagged in the faces of Mavs Twitter? The faces of Mavs Twitter. Oh my God. There's not a face of Mavs Twitter. And let me tell you something. You don't want to be the fucking face of Mavs Twitter. Probably the worst place on the planet. Trust me. The face of Mavs Twitter. What does that even mean? More views next year. When Wemby dunks on an all-star or when someone like Hartenstein bodies him for a rebound and dunk. Oh, that's a great question. That's actually a great question. I mean, like most views where like definitely Wembanyama doing something cool, but on Twitter, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff floating around like the first time Wemby gets sunned by somebody. Yeah, true. The Kenneth Loeffler Jr. doing it on Wemby in the under 18 games or whatever that was still gets circulated today, but Luka matchup hunts every possession. Twitter's full of haters, so def Twitter. Yeah, Twitter would love a Wemby getting sun video. Twitter's gonna love it. I do think Luke is gonna go after Wemby a little bit their first matchup, but yeah, like Dwight Powell signing Wembanyama would be hilarious. But also like the first time Wembanyama blocks like Giannis or something. How strange will it look next year with Powell in a non-Mavs jersey? He's in like the offseason workouts. He's staying. Theo's staying. Theo Sidebites. Any reason why no one has ever seen you and Ethan Bernard in the same room? Listen, Ethan Bernard seems like a great guy. Okay, we did this last time. I didn't know who he was. God bless the guy. Grow up. Grow up a hair. Don't you have to go at Wemby? He is too good of a help defender. Yeah, you got to get him isolated, but I honestly can't wait to watch him play. I don't really care about Theo. I can't get mad at Theo Pinson and Dwight Powell being on the team for minimums. Like, I literally can't. I can't get mad about it. I really cannot. Like, I'm sorry. I know everybody acts like they're so up in arms and mad about it, but just it's can't wait for Luka to be a madman and post up Wembanyama. Oh yeah, he's gonna do some shit like that. Lawson's been working out. I think he signed a 2-year deal, right? Good locker room guy, and he shit talks on the bench. He dropped a triple-double. I will be when they play 30 minutes a night. They're not going to play 30 minutes a night, man. They're not going to play 30 minutes a night. I've said this before because I've seen people say, I don't want Dwight Powell on the team because then, like, the Mavericks are going to have the temptation to start him. Okay, well, then they're fucked anyways. Like, I'm sorry. If they can't get another center and play another center instead of hopefully Dwight Powell on the minimum, they're fucked anyways, and it doesn't matter. Max can be a small ball center too. I mean, that's what happened last year in the playoffs. Dwight Powell barely played. Dwight Powell played like 8 minutes a game. I don't know. I get the Dwight Powell hate. I do think it goes too far sometimes. Dwight Powell played 13 minutes per game in the playoffs last year. It felt lower than that, actually. I'm interested to see what the minute distribution per series was, because I feel like he padded his minutes against the Jazz. Would Jarris Walker be the third best player on the Mavericks next year? No. No, not right away. Would he be the best defender on the team immediately? Yeah, probably. Do you see a world where JaVale has a bigger role next season? I do, actually. If Dwight Powell's not forced into a starting role most of his career, he'd be a beloved backup. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, if you look at his career with the Mavericks, 582 games, 243 starts, and he really only was a full-time starting center the last 2 seasons. Every other year with the Mavericks, besides 2019, 2020, and that was before KP really came into the picture, right? No, I guess that was KP's first year. But 2019, 2020, every other year, majority of his games were off the bench. So it's really only been in the last 2 years. I did see that JaVale McGee was working out with Nick Claxton. All right, I've been live for way longer than I was anticipating. Just rambling. I came into this stream with 0 plan. 0. I want Sir to fall so bad. I would say, listen, I've shit on the Thompson twins, but if one of them is there at 10, I would not mind drafting them. So if we draft Black, does that kind of make you think we might trade Green? Yeah, for sure. I think Josh Green is sneaky on the trade block regardless. I would never draft a twin. So somebody brought this up, and I was thinking about it. I don't remember where I saw this at, but twins, it feels like, usually have about the same career trajectory. Is that true? Think about it. Like the Morris twins, Marcus Morris definitely better, but they're around the same. But Brook Lopez is 10 times better than Robin Lopez. What are some of the other twins? The Martin twins. Next time we see you, Jokic will have a ring. Very true. I do think they close it out tonight. I'm rooting for him. I just want to see really quickly what the line for this game is tonight. I don't know it. I'm going to guess Denver -9. That's 8.5.
The Denver Nuggets take a decisive.
I might throw some money on the Heat tonight. I'm going to be real. I don't know. I don't really think. I don't really feel it. I don't know. I was earlier, but now I'm thinking about it more. I think we get a game 6. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys very much for coming out. All of the OGs could have spent your Monday afternoon anywhere in the world. You decided to spend it here. Thank you guys so much. New subscribers, I promise you guys will not regret it. Regular content on the channel. 5 players I don't want to trade for tomorrow. For sure. Knock on glass. Not for sure, but more than likely. And if the Denver Nuggets pull it out tonight and win the championship, the Wednesday stream will be an updated top 100 players list. And then it is directly into off-season content. Hard. Because it's here. It's like the draft happens and then free agency happens. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. All right, guys. Love you. New subscribers, I promise you guys will not regret it. Donations, members, thank you guys so much. You never have to do that. It helps me out so much. Makes me feel so good. Love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Video tomorrow. Live stream on Wednesday. Big game tonight. I'm excited to watch it. I think it's going to be a good one. Love you guys. Bye.